Hi, I'm Ron, and welcome to CXO Cybersecurity News. Let's have a look what's in store today. So there was a lot of things in the news, in the media, with all the ransomware going on, really impacting a lot of companies. It's the Petya and the non-Petya ransomware that was out there last week. Just another episode of the WanneCry, right? Just the next version. So the impact was actually massively across the globe. A lot of countries had issues, and companies in different industries, like you see here, are being impacted. Both manufacturing, banking, electricity, logistics, and government agencies were actually hit. So, for example, in the Netherlands, the port was closed down. They couldn't unload the containers, and that also impacted other ports as well. And there's a lot of other examples. For example, in Ukraine, supermarkets had to close down because the payment systems just didn't work anymore. So imagine if that's your business. Now, one of the other things was in the logistics with the FedEx and the TNT Express delivery. And look at it, what they say with their statement in the press.
But here's the key part of this release. The company also saying we cannot measure the financial impact of this service disruption at this time, but that it could be material.
That's it. It could be material. And because there's a lot of different aspects of the cost and the losses. It's not only the direct loss of the production or the business at that moment, it's also all the recovery cost, forensics to figure out what actually happened, and then also the recovery, of course, in repairing the data aspects. So it can be very huge. For example, the financial impact for the WanneCry ransomware was estimated around 4 billion globally. So, it really starts adding up all those little things. So looking at the prevention side, what can you do? There's three very important aspects. It's the prevention, detection, and the response. So traditionally, a lot of the organizations have been focusing on the preventive measures like firewalls and antivirus, which is good. But what we see actually these days, this is not good. That is not enough. It will prevent maybe around 80% of the attacks, but the real sophisticated attacks or the 0 days, they will continue to go through. So prevention alone, it's not enough. You really have to start focusing on the detection and the response. That's going to be huge in the coming years. It's already right now, because it's going to be much more effective, cost effective for your organization to spend your money there. So let's have a quick look at the preventive controls there. Obviously, a lot of the organizations and leaders like yourself have already put some areas in place, like to have up-to-date patches, to have backups, and network segregation. In some cases, it can be a challenge. For example, a network segregation, it's a big project, can take a lot of time and effort and money. But that's something to really think about in separating, for example, the workstations and the rest of the real production servers. So that's something that can be easily done most of the time with not too much impact. Focusing on detection, here vulnerability scanning is very critical. If you don't have that in place yet, I would suggest you to get that going, because the next time the board asks, are we vulnerable to this? At least you can give them a definitive answer. The thing is, you can have patch management in place, but also those processes are failing. Updates that are being pushed but not being implemented, and you simply don't know, because the statistics aren't always that accurate. When you have a second solution in place that actually double checks if everything is patched and up to date, you have a very quick answer to the board. No, we're not vulnerable for this attack or for this risk, and that's what you want to do as a leader, of course. Second one, any organization should have a security operations center in place. Being small or big, depending on the size of your organization. But the key thing here is to keep it lean and mean. And that's why we developed the lean SOC methodology. And with that methodology, within potentially half of the time and for half the cost, actually can have an effective security operations center that you can detect attacks early on, not only from the outside, but also from the insider threat, the employees that have malicious intent, want to commit fraud and other nasty things. And number 3, of course, the intrusion detection, different sensors in the network, on the systems, and other smart, innovative technology that you can use. And that really makes a difference these days. So As a gift to you, I have a free gift on my website, cyberguardinternational.com/VIP. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and if you have any comments or suggestions, leave them below, and see you next time.